Hello, everyone. Minor Ramos here with Asset Legacy Planning.
And Francine Carrillo Walters with Walters Asset Protection and Mortgage.
So we've been, you've been watching a series of videos regarding, how to protect your family, how to protect your health, your business, and your home. Well, today we're asking the question, what happens if you die without a will?
Right. So there's a possibility of two different avenues this could go. So if you don't have a will, it goes into intestate. Is that right, Minor?
Right? Yeah.
And if you do have a will, it goes into probate. And in probate, they're determining whether or not your will is valid. So you go through all of those court proceedings and everything is kind of frozen and on hold until it's determined that your will is valid. And there's many ways to avoid that. But Minor, can you explain what intestate means?
Yeah. Yeah. So the words, I mean, some people use them interchangeably, but the words intestate and probate sound very similar, but intestate administration and probate aren't necessarily the same. Dying intestate just literally means you had no documents whatsoever. You didn't tell anybody what you thought was important. You just left it out there. So now what the courts have to do is they have to go through the process of figuring out who are you, what do you have, who's next in line, right? Next to kin, all basically they got to do a lot of work, right?
Mhm.
Now, in a prior video, we talked about the S sheet, right? Like the stuff that ends up in unclaimed, courts. What you need to know is probate is the court supervised legal process of providing what you put in your will. So they're going to go, okay, so you have a will, but let's figure out, is it valid, right? There's a lot of things about it being valid. The interesting thing is the reason why this comes into play is that if you die into interstate, right, you're going to leave the courts to handle it all. But think about this: if the estate is insolvent, right, they're going to look at the net value of the estate, and then whatever remains, the little pennies that are left over, is what your family gets.
Right.
Wouldn't
And
it make
already the probate process is long, painfully long and dreadful. And everything's frozen.
right?
And so that's already a long, painful, tedious process that can put your family in jeopardy. So then on top of that, this is adding a lot more.
It is, and the thing, the shock is to the family, the people that remain, because they're like, well, mom had a home, and we had the RV, and we had the boat, and we have the car, and then okay, you know what? It's in the hands of the court. Now, what can you do, right? So a will is important, right? So that because if you die without a will, it's intestate. If you die with a will, it's subject to probate. If you own a home, if you have assets, if you have minor children, children with special needs, and if you own a business, there's something else that we can do to help you protect that. It's called a trust. And we're going to do a specific video when we go and dive into what type of trusts there are, because there's many of them. And no one falls into everyone's situation is different. What we want to do is just go through a series of questions to help you determine how that can benefit you so you can protect your family, your health, you can protect your business and your children.
Yes, yes. Absolutely. And there are probate assets, right? And these go into the probate process, right? Your home, rental properties, certificates of deposit, shares of stock, things of this nature that are all probate assets. Now, there's some things that are not probate assets. Those are life insurance policies. Those are set up to go to your beneficiaries. So those are not probate assets. So those are automatically protected. Your IRA should have a beneficiary. Your bank accounts should have a beneficiary. If you do not have one on your bank accounts, do it today.
That's
Don't
right.
wait.
Yeah.
There are so many things that you can automatically set beneficiaries up for. Don't delay. Do it now.
Yeah, those are great nuggets. And then we also have a funding guide to help people once
Mhm.
this is all set up. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Make sure you watch the next video where we will talk
Yes,
about trusts. And
yes,
again, thanks for watching, everyone.
yes.